everyone, it's Natalie from Browsing Bookshelves. It's been a long time since I did my last video, but I am back for now. Chelsea from Chelsea in a Book did a fun looking video tag about a month ago, and I decided to do it, so here I am. The tag is called the Elemental Book Cover Tag, and basically what you have to do is go on a scavenger hunt and find 4 books that display each element on their cover. So water, fire, earth, and air. And then on top of that, you also have to find 4 books with a color that represents that element. So blue for water, green for earth, red for fire, and white for air. So yeah, let's see what I can find. Okay, so first up is fire. And for fire, I couldn't resist The Gods of Gotham. I always talk about this book because I love it so much. And there's fire on the cover. And quite fittingly too, this book also has a firefighter in the story, although the plot is mainly focused on a police officer because it's about New York when they first started forming their own police department. So it's kind of interesting. Definitely worth a read if you have a chance and you like a bit of mystery and history together. For red, to go with fire, I picked out The Reckoning by Alma Katsu. There's red in the feathers, and they look almost like flames a little bit, I think anyways. The Reckoning is actually the second book. The Taker is the first one, and this series is so good. So good, you have to read it, really. This series has one of the best villains I have ever met in any series ever. Just read The Taker, read The Reckoning, and then you can wait along with me until the 3rd book comes out. I'm so excited for it. So for Earth, I chose The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale. It's got some trees on the cover, some rolling hills. Looks really pretty. This book is about a princess who is supposed to get married to a prince in a faraway land that she's never met. But along the way, she is sabotaged and ends up instead working as a goose girl for this prince, hiding. And it's a really cute love story. I read it twice, so it shows that I like it. Yeah, great book. And for Earth, the color is green. And I couldn't resist choosing the Green Rider because there is green in the name and her coat and the trees. So that fits. This is actually the first adult novel that I ever read. So I don't know, it was like a big change in my life, I guess. I think I was like 15 and I just finally decided that I was ready to read adult books, and this is the one I chose. And it was really good. I keep meaning to reread it because I can't remember anything that happened in the book except that it's a fantasy. So I need to get around to rereading it. Now let's see, next is water. So for water I found The Girls by Laurie Lanson. They're dipping their toes into a pond there. This is a book written by a Canadian author, or I think she's Canadian, because the story takes place in Saskatchewan, I think. But it's a really cool story. It's about conjoined twins, and it's narrated from one of the twins' perspective. Really weird story, but really, really addicting. It's been, I know, a lot of book club selections, and I really like it. So check this one out too. So for water, I had to find a blue book, and there were so many to choose from, and I ended up choosing probably the most plain looking cover, but I went with Good Poems, selected and introduced by Garrison Keller. I love poetry, but I never actually read it as much as I want to. And my boyfriend bought me this book 4 years ago, I think, 5 years ago when we first started dating. And it's got some really, really good poems in it. And it's nice if you just want something quick to read. So I like picking this one up once in a while. Great book. And then the last element we have is air. And for air, this was kind of a hard one. I looked for books with, like, you know, leaves blowing around or hair blowing around in the wind. But then I found Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. And I mean, there's no leaves blowing around, but the clouds look like they're being blown around by the wind. And it's such a pretty cover. I loved it, so I picked it for air. And yeah, this is actually one of my favorite all-time books as well. Read it before you see the movie. The movie's great, but the book is even better. Definitely worth the 500 and something pages that it takes to get through it. Yeah, fantastic book. I've been saying that about every book, but these are really great books. And then to go with air, I had to find a white cover. This was another one where I had a tough time choosing, but I went with 3-Day Road by Joseph Boyden, since his newest book was recently chosen for the Giller Prize, so I thought it was kind of fitting. 3-Day Road is a book about 2 Native Americans who go to fight in World War I, and they are both snipers. It was really cool read. I read it for university. It was the first novel I had to read for one of my English classes, and it's become one of my favorites. So definitely read this one as well. And then as part of the Elemental book cover tag, there was a bonus book that you could find, and that was one that had all 4 colors on it: blue, red, white, and green. So that ended up being a lot trickier than I thought it would be, but I finally found Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. There's blue in the lettering, red in Fern's shirt, white in the goose, and what color am I missing? Red, blue, white, oh, and green in the bushes, and in the name down here. This is one of the first children's books I have. It's pretty battered, but I love it. Charlotte's Web is an absolute classic. No one should go through life without having read Charlotte's Web. So yeah, that is my Elemental book tag video. It was fun. I hope you liked watching it, and if you do one of your own, let me know so I can check it out. Bye!